disappointing 2-0 defeat to Sutton Coldfield. Obviously the game was frustrating and the referee had a big part to play, and obviously we've lost Vank. Just try and sum up that game for us.
Yeah, I thought the game was actually a pretty decent game, in all honesty. Two pretty evenly matched sides. There wasn't a great deal in the game. In the first half, I thought we were probably the better side. They've come in 1-0 up, obviously, with a wonder goal. You don't see them very often. He smashed in the top corner from 30 yards away. And they're the ones that you can kind of understand. You know, it's when you're in a bit of a bad spot and things aren't going for you, they're little things that tend to not go for you. And he smashed it in the top corner from a distance, and that's not something that you can really do anything about. It's frustrating, mega frustrating that we can't score. We're struggling to score. We're not taking the little half chances we get, and we're not creating enough of them. As you say, the referee and the near side linesman really were an embarrassment. It's their boys, the Sutton Coldfield staff will probably not agree as such, because they've really got the rub of the green with it tonight. But your lads come in to train. We've travelled 2 hours on a Tuesday night, and they put the bodies on the line. You know, we're light on bodies, people playing with injuries, putting the bodies on the line for the club. That's obviously in a bit of a pickle, and you get people like that refereeing the game that just didn't seem fit for it. I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. I don't know them. I've not experienced them before. They might have just had an off night. We have off days, off nights, off games. But it was particularly poor tonight. The sending off, I've never seen anything like the sending off. He's pulled the game up for a head injury, which wasn't a head injury. He's gone to speak to the player that was down, and the ball's hit him on the back, and he's just pulled the red card out of his pocket, turned round and thrown the red card at Deegan, who's had nothing to do with the incident whatsoever. The linesman has then told him that he thought it was Vank that kicked the ball, and they've agreed between them that it was Vank. They didn't have a clue who kicked the ball, and it's not good enough. But they're not the reason we've lost the game. We've lost the game because we don't score, we don't take our chances, and yeah, those are the little things that, you know, need to go for you. Maybe we need someone to smash the ball in the top corner from 30 yards when it's not going our way, and they're little things that, when you're struggling, tend to go against you.
Yeah, you've mentioned the performance. With the pitch being a 4G pitch, and players like Woolley and James Gregory who like the ball on the floor, you're a bit disappointed that we didn't take the pitch and use it as an advantage.
Yeah, for sure. The ball doesn't actually travel as well. I think this was probably brilliant when it first went down, but you can tell it's wearing a little bit. But it's a million miles better than what our surface is like at home, and it suited us. Yeah, I thought we were pretty good on the ball, without really creating too many chances in the final third. We moved the ball pretty well. Maka and Jinky were lively, but without really creating anything. I do think we're struggling at the minute. Mitch has been brilliant all season, our top scorer, but he's been a little bit quiet over the last 2 or 3 weeks. And when it's that, we're in that sort of position where when he isn't scoring, somebody else needs to take the weight off his shoulders, you know, and they're not doing. So I feel for him, because as I say, he's been the one scoring the goals all season. He's been brilliant, but he's been quiet for the last few weeks. And he needs, when players go through quiet spells, they need the mate to go and dig them out of the hole, and he's not getting that. So yeah, working on the ball, putting the ball in the net's got to improve for sure.
Yeah, putting the ball in the back of the net's been a concern for the last 3 games. We've not scored any, conceded 9, and especially now losing Vank for 3 games. How much of a hindrance will his with him not being
suspension
there?
Yeah, sure. Well, he's let us down, because it's not. I don't think it's sending off. He's kicked the ball in the direction of where there's a crowd of bodies. He's not kicked it hard. He's hit the referee on the back. And I don't even think it could have easily, the referee, had he wanted to, could have easily got away with not even booking him. He could have took it on the chin, being the bigger person, and just gone and dealt with it properly, had a chat with people. But he's decided to make it about him, and sent him off. But Vank's got to take responsibility for it, because he's giving him the chance to do it. If you don't give him the chance to do it, he can't do it. So yeah, he's let us down there, and he's obviously going to have let us down for. He may be able to play Saturday, but for the following 3 games after that. So yeah, it's another loss at a time when we don't need losses, because we're already light on bodies as it is. So yeah.
Saturday we welcome Town. How important is it to try and stop this kind of rut that we're in at the minute?
Yeah, we're in a lot. It's nothing to to majorly panic about. Obviously the club's got way bigger issues than what's happening on the pitch currently, but it's frustrating for the boys, who I can't really fault their efforts. Like I say, with the putting the ball in the net issue, we were scoring a lot of goals last year, but it's a different level. It's a different level altogether. We're playing against much better defenders, and it's much more difficult. But they have stepped up in the past this season, and I'm sure they'll do it again. So I'm not panicking as such, far from it. I know they've got it in them to bounce back, and we're hoping that we'll be doing it on Saturday at home in front of our fans.
You mentioned the level. Do you think the lads are starting to feel the difference from the NCL to the Northern Premier League?
For sure, yeah, for sure. It is a completely different level. I mean, in the NCL last year, no disrespect to all of the clubs in there, we spent a lot of time in there and struggled to get out of it really until we obviously did. But you only really have to turn up 1 in 3 or 1 in 4 because you get a lot of games near the sides of the bottom, which you tend to turn over pretty easily if you're in the top 4. And yeah, so you're only really playing against teams around you once in every 3 or 4 weeks. So you get days when you can be off and still probably win 3 or 4-0. At this level, if you're off, you know, you get a hiding. I think we've been beat 2-0 tonight, and you could argue we were the better side at times. They've been clinical, taken the 2 chances that they've had. Dave did make a couple of good saves in the first half today, but they've been clinical, and it's killed us again. That's another thing. I thought actually, having gone down to 10, when we went down to 10 men, Macca scored a perfectly good goal that the referees disallowed. I'll go and ask him about it now, but another thing that don't go your way when you're up against it.
To conclude, obviously yesterday we had the statement go out, and there's been an influx of support and a lot of comments on social media. From your stance, obviously someone that's heavily involved with like Twitter and the social media aspect, how overwhelming has it been, the support that's been there? And
yeah, it's brilliant. I mean, obviously it's not great to see any football club at all in financial struggles as such, especially one that's been, you know, my life for the last 10 years really. So it is overwhelming. When I saw the statement go out, I spoke to Pete. I said to Pete that they'll get it because that's what they do. You know, they've saved the club time and time again, and it's a shame that people keep putting people's livelihoods at stake, really, because that's what it is. People spend a lot of money coming to watch us, travelling home and away. You know, look forward to coming to the games, and we keep running into people that want to hinder the club's progression for their own personal benefit, and it's unacceptable. I'm sure they'll get brought to justice, but yeah, it is overwhelming, and we can only obviously thank Pete Whitehead for his offer of taking us on if we can sort the money out. And it's refreshing because it's obviously a light at the end of the tunnel. It's not just people blindly asking for money again, as has happened in the past. It's a viable light at the end of the tunnel. It's a viable way out of the position that we're in. So obviously we're extremely grateful to him, and we'll continue to be throughout this next month while we're trying to sort the money out. But it'll come, the money will come, I'm sure it'll come, because I've seen already people you know, working almost day and night on the social media to get people interested and get people involved. So it is overwhelming, it's absolutely overwhelming, and it will turn for the better, I'm sure it will.